Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/juniorgrizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/juniorgrizzlies. Name 100 active NBA players.
100 active ones.
100 active NBA players. And we're going to go back and forth.
Victor Wembanyama.
LeBron James.
Cedric Howard.
Jaylen Wells.
Gigi.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
There we go.
It took 77 players to get to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
What's up, y'all? Welcome into the Gary Parrish Show. Bennett Doyle in today for GP. He's going to be back tomorrow from vacation, but I got my guy John Roser here in studio with me. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best that you can. And I hope you're ready to talk NBA free agency. A lot of reports swirling around right now. LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Jaylen Brown, and other big stars could be on the move. We're going to get into all of that. We're going to talk to Michael Eaves coming up in the next segment. Had a sudden death playoff this morning in the Travelers Championship involving the best golfer in the world. I'll get his thoughts on that, plus his thoughts on all the free agency news that is circulating today. We'll talk to Michael Eaves coming up in the next segment from SportsCenter. Then we'll do 5 more things you need to know. Grizzlies Summer League schedule has been announced. The World Cup continues. We're in the knockout stages today, and we got a sad story this morning from Good Morning America about Titans legend Chris Johnson. We'll talk about that. I want to get to that story. Interesting story from Brian Windhorst over the weekend about LeBron James' first visit to Memphis with the Miami Heat when he signed with the Miami Heat. I think you're going to like this story. We'll get to that one, and then we will do GP's carryout, and we will call it a day. But first, again, like I said, NBA free agency is upon us, begins tomorrow at 5 p.m. Moves will become official on July 6th when the league's moratorium ends. And then today at 4 p.m. is the deadline for player and team options to be exercised. Bobby Marks over at ESPN.com, he did an interesting preview of the Grizzlies free agency situation. And first, I want to welcome John Roser to the program.
Oh, Johnny, she said. We're not allowed to play it anymore, but we can sing it.
For at least for at least 10 seconds. Yeah. Okay, so Bobby Marks did an interesting preview of the Grizzlies free agency situation. I want to get to all the other stories as well. Obviously, this is all reportedly, allegedly.
Reportedly, allegedly
yes.
song.
Yes. I think that as far as it relates to us and the Grizzlies situation, the one that kind of got people's antennas up over the past 24 hours was Kevin O'Connor reporting that the Miami Heat had interest in Ja Morant. He said sources say the Heat had interest in Grizzlies point guard Ja Morant before the Giannis deal, but there was not much expectation that he will get bought out. In fact, league sources expect Morant will be traded this week. So that little nugget was when he was doing his podcast, just kind of got people's attention. We'll see what happens. I know we're all on Ja watch right now.
Where did the buyout stuff even come from? I said, they are not buying him out.
It just doesn't make sense.
No.
It doesn't make sense at all.
No.
Like why would you do that?
Yeah.
You don't want,
he
you don't
just
have
goes
to.
wherever he wants to go. And
Right.
Like,
It doesn't make any sense from
Right.
a Grizzlies perspective
Yeah.
why you would do that. So I saw a lot of that too, and it's just like, okay.
Right.
But I thought that was interesting just because obviously the Giannis deal did happen. So I wonder if maybe that's something that the Heat revisit. Obviously, again, a lot of rumors circulating right now.
Maybe they've got to look. The contract stuff all has to line up, and so the Heat have like Andrew Wiggins and something. And I don't know if the Grizzlies want any of that, and I don't know if the Grizzlies want to give draft compensation to Miami either. Like, so I don't know. I wonder if it's. I mean, clearly the only teams we've ever really heard are Miami and I think Sacramento. And then I remember Mike Wallace saying at the trade deadline last year, he told me, he said, to me, it'll be Sacramento or Brooklyn. So I still think Brooklyn's in there too. I think there could be something with Brooklyn maybe.
No one knows what they're doing.
Nobody knows. They're signing Day'Ron Sharpe for 2 years and $20 million. They're signing Day'Ron Sharpe. And the reason I think it's like Brooklyn maybe, like this, I know nothing. This is all.
It's because there's no rhyme or reason to what they're doing?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, and they drafted like 5 guards in the last 2 years, and none of them are good. So like, hey, why don't we try to go trade for one that actually might be good?
Okay, so stuff that actually is extremely pressing for the Grizzlies as far as today goes. I don't know about extremely, but Bobby put it in his.
Let's go with extremely pressing.
Extremely pressing. They've got to figure out the team options on Gigi Jackson and Omax Prosper today. That is something that's going to come up.
Yeah. I mean, don't you think Gigi being at the press conferences last week?
Yes.
Like, that means something, right?
I said to you that it meant something to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
That means something.
He's been around. He's been we've seen him a lot this offseason.
Right.
Yeah, it would lead you to believe that he is going to be a part of this going forward.
Yeah. And I like Omax too. I had some buddies text me and they asked me, and I thought I think Meshack also is one of them too. Or there's an option on his two-way or whatever. I told my buddies, I said, I think I would bet. I would not bet. No Beasley, no Ed Davis. I would keep Gigi, and I would keep Omax. Like, I think long wings are something that, like, and there's an argument that Gigi's probably the best, definitely the most potential of any wing on your team. And I think Gigi probably is the best wing on the team, the most talented wing.
Yeah.
Different than what Jaylen Wells does, but like Gigi definitely has a higher ceiling.
Yep.
I would keep Gigi and I would keep Omax. I think their logjam of small point guards is what they got to figure out. Like,
for sure.
I think that's what you got to figure out. But I'd keep Gigi and Omax.
He talks about the top offseason priorities for the Grizzlies. Obviously, number one was finding closure with Ja Morant. And then number two is that $28.9 million trade exception that the Grizzlies have as part of the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade to Utah. The Grizzlies created this large trade exception. And he says the exception could be used to take back unwanted salaries from teams looking to cut costs, but with the benefit of receiving draft compensation. So I wonder if that could potentially have something to do with the Ja Morant deal.
Yeah, so it can. And here's the thing, too, because they also have the non-taxpayer mid-level, which is $15 million. Isaiah Stewart's contract is exactly $15 million. So are they taking Isaiah Stewart's contract and considering that the mid-level, or are they taking it back, and is it part of the $28.9 million trade exception, which if that is, it would give you roughly, $13.9 million left of that trade exception, and you would still have your full $15 million non-taxpayer mid-level. It's all crazy complicated.
He also talks about team needs for the Grizzlies. Healthy Zach Edey. We've talked about that a ton. Obviously, that's incredibly important. It talked about shooting development and consistency from Cedric Howard and Jaylen Wells, which I'm not as worried about that. That would not be high on my list of priorities. I think those guys are going to be fine.
Yeah. I do think that, like, when you look at the roster, I think people were kind of like, And then once the Isaiah Stewart trade happened, I think people got really excited again.
Yes.
Like, oh, we may have some juice. We may got a little juice to us. And obviously we know the only time they really looked like a total cohesive, competent basketball team with a direction and a certain style was when Zach Edey played last year.
That's
so,
right.
like, yes, obviously a healthy Zach Edey matters. Are we ever going to get a healthy Zach Edey that can play 60, 70 games in a season at 25 to 30 minutes? I don't know. You probably guess not. So maybe he's a 20-minute per game guy and can do that. But after that, I do think, like, what matters the most on this team and how good they are, because all these other guys, Ty Jerome's a role player. Jaylen Wells is a role player. Even if they bring Omax, Gigi are role players. Gigi has potential to be more like a standout high-level player. But the rest of all these guys are role players. So to me, it does depend, like, how much juice they have next year is how good Cam Boozer is right away and how good Cedric is in year 2.
Completely agree with that.
Yeah.
He talked about the Grizzlies' first-round picks that they have in the upcoming drafts. Talked about guys that are extension eligible. Isaiah Stewart's one of those. We talked about the KCP news last week, I believe.
Oh, yeah. That's a sneaky one, like, because it's an expiring now.
Yeah.
Like, that's a sneaky one that you can put in trades if you need filler or whatever. Like, that's a big contract. That's it's like 21, isn't it? Yeah. I'm glad he's extension eligible for 4 years and $135 million.
Something to keep an eye on for sure. Again, it's a really detailed piece by Bobby Marks. So if you're
and they've got picks,
and they've got picks. And so if you're trying to figure out all the free agency situation as it stands right now with the Grizzlies, go check that out. ESPN.com. Okay, news that is broken this morning. Again, allegedly, reportedly.
Yeah, the NBA's got to figure that out.
Allegedly, reportedly.
They got to figure out this moratorium stuff.
Okay, I think the biggest one probably because it kind of came out of nowhere is Shams going on SportsCenter this morning and saying that the Clippers and the Raptors are seriously engaged in trade talks surrounding Kawhi Leonard. And the reason that this is crazy to me is because when Kawhi left the Spurs and goes to the Toronto Raptors, he made it crystal clear, I'm not re-signing. This is a one-year rental. Like, if you want me, okay, great, but I'm only going to be here this season. They go on to win the championship, and then he goes to L.A., and now it's reported not only does he want to go back to the Toronto Raptors, but he wants to sign a long-term extension with the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah. So this all comes down to money, right? Mm-hmm. Or, like, the Pablo Torre thing. Like, Pablo Torre did do a massive investigation on the Clippers and aspiration and Kawhi Leonard.
Forgot about that.
I was like, maybe that there's a little bit of a, hey, trade him. Like, just please go ahead and trade. Like, trade him because
interesting.
We've got some stuff here that you clearly did this, so trade him. You know,
and where are we? Also, from a basketball perspective, where are we going?
I don't know anything, but I'm just saying, trade him, and we may not absolutely, as the NBA, hammer you for this. But if you keep him, we may absolutely hammer you for this. Or the other side of it is, dude, Kawhi Leonard is getting older, and you look at the Clippers, and he's their best player, and you look at the cap, and it's like, where are we really going with this? Kawhi Leonard's still an awesome player, but he needed help last year, and they didn't have that help. And in fact, they traded James Harden because they didn't want to give him an extension.
Right.
And at this point, when you look at guys like Kawhi and James Harden, and they're coming into the final, 5 years of their careers, it's not pick and choose where I go. It's not a matter of I know I'm getting my extension. Now I'm just going to pick and choose where I go to get my extension. It is, I just need an extension, and I don't care. Whoever's willing to give it to me, I'll just go there. So I think that's part of it. It's like, yeah, I'll go to Toronto. If you're Kawhi, you'd probably go to San Antonio. You'd go to Dallas. You'd go wherever, whoever is going to give you the extension, that's where you're going to go.
I mean, dude, from a Raptors perspective, it's honestly kind of a cool story because it's like, how do you feel about a guy like Kawhi Leonard if you're a Raptors fan? He brings you your only NBA championship, right? Like, but he's gone after, like, it was so fast, how that all went down. Is he like a beloved figure there, like a Kyle Lowry, or like even I know DeMar didn't win the championship, but like is he a beloved figure, even like a DeMar DeRozan was there?
Yeah, I don't know if he's as beloved as like Kyle Lowry. I don't know, actually. Yeah, I don't know how, but I assume they love Kawhi Leonard because he did give them their only championship, and he was the best player on that team. And then they did try to keep him. Like, they rolled out the red carpet during the recruiting thing and tried to keep him.
And so now it's I think it's circle thing. Like, for him to come back, I would think I'm feeling pretty excited if I'm a Toronto Raptors fan today.
Especially if you're trading like Brandon Ingram. Who would you rather have, Brandon Ingram or Kawhi Leonard?
Don't think it's close.
Like, if you go look at, like, if it was NBA rank or the Ringers, like, top 100, like, when they rank who are the top 100 players at the end of the season, and it's like, dude, Kawhi Leonard is still, like, ranked as a top 10, top 15 player in the league. Like, he still is that, which is better than what Brandon Ingram is. If you have Kawhi Leonard and Scotty Barnes as your top two next year, you feel better than if you have Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram. So, yeah.
For sure. So that one's going to be interesting to keep an eye on. Obviously, a lot of discourse surrounding Jaylen Brown this weekend. We'll keep an eye on that situation. And then another big one.
The Jaylen Brown.
Wild. Yeah.
It's if you're the Celtics, we talked about it Friday. If you're the Celtics, it's like, dude, are you going to get a player better than him now? Like, it almost feels like you should have just made the Giannis trade happen. However you needed to make it happen, you should have just said, we're going to make it happen, and not like, the Bucks are like, okay, we have the final offers from the Heat and the Celtics. The Celtics are like, well, hold on now. No. Here's Baylor Shireman and another pick. Just, you got to make it happen, because now there's no coming back, and is there a chance you're going to get a better player than Jaylen Brown? And, like, the answer is, like, probably there's a 99% chance you're not getting a player for Jaylen Brown that's better than him.
Yeah.
So
very awkward.
Yeah.
Very awkward. And then the other news this morning is that Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green is declining his $27.7 million player option to become a free agent. Sources tell ESPN this move gives the Warriors flexibility to potentially pursue LeBron James in free agency and Anthony Davis via trade to form a Big Four in Golden State. I want to talk about that a little bit with you and 5 more things, but I'm going to ask Michael Eaves what he thinks about it next. You're listening to The Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
New Amsterdam Vodka is an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the only exceptionally smooth vodka that is 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, and rated 93 points. New Amsterdam believes wins big and small become legendary when you celebrate them with your crew. So here's to the blue, white, and gold, the Memphis grit and grind, and reliving winning moments big and small with Tennessee's favorite basketball team. New Amsterdam Vodka. Find your wins.
Sacramento King fans, whatever you do, do not swipe. De'Aaron Fox, they fire Mike Brown. Oh no. Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh no.
Man. Oh no. 5 NBA Finals appearances in the last 4 years for people that were in the Kings facility.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show. Bennett Joel, John Roser in studio for GP. Today he'll be back in studio tomorrow, and we are joined now, as we are every single week, by the great Michael Eaves, longtime host of SportsCenter. And Michael, I want to get into some of the NBA news that we've seen break this morning. But first, we got a sudden death playoff this morning as well in the Travelers Championship between world number 1 Scottie Scheffler and Victor Hovland. It's the first time that this has happened since the Players' Championship last year. Hovland, he makes a 7-foot birdie putt on the first playoff hole Monday morning, wins the Travelers' Championship after Scottie Scheffler missed a 4-foot birdie putt. And I thought it was interesting because they were dealing with rain delays a lot yesterday. Scheffler actually had to make an 8-foot par in basically the dark on Sunday night to force the playoff. It's his 4th runner-up finish this year after opening the season with a victory at the American Express in the California desert. It's kind of weird seeing Scottie look a little human on the course. I'm not going to lie, man.
Well, that's the thing. Like he had so much success for such a long period of time. He's given us this expectation that he's supposed to win way more often. And the thing is, like, he's been there. Like, he's been in the mix. Even at Shinnecock, when he didn't get off to a good start, he's still there at the end of the tournament on the second spot on the leaderboard. But, like, he just can't get over the hump for some reason to win. It feels as though, like, his entire game has not been together for 4 rounds in any tournament since his win back there at the PGA West, except for kind of this week. I thought his entire game looked pretty good until that last putt on the first playoff hole. Like, the surprise wasn't that Victor made his. The surprise was that Scottie didn't make his. So it's just sometimes we become the victims of our own success, and that's what Scottie is doing right now. He's got 1 win and 4 second-place finishes, and everyone's talking about what's wrong with Scottie Scheffler.
It was also kind of funny. The World Cup is just surrounding us all with it being in the States, and there was a ton of Norwegian fans there cheering for Victor Hovland. That was a pretty cool scene.
And here's the thing, like, all due respect to Scottie, it was almost better that Victor won for that scene, you know, because those fans, like the international fans have been all across America going to these different cities. And, you know, those Norwegian fans that never been to Hartford, Connecticut, right? Like, but they go and their guy wins the tournament. He gets up on the hill and he does the Viking row with them. Like, the scene itself is really cool. It's just indicative of all the international visitors we have, like, exploring other parts of America that probably wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah. Okay, I want to get into some of this NBA stuff that's breaking this morning. Your colleague Shams Charania, he was on this morning, and this one kind of came out of nowhere, in my opinion. We were just talking about it. The LA Clippers and the Toronto Raptors are seriously engaged in trade talks, reportedly, for Kawhi Leonard. And it feels kind of like, you know, when Kawhi leaves the Spurs to go to the Toronto Raptors, you know, he made it clear this is a 1-year rental. Like, I'm not going to re-sign here with Toronto. I'll be here for 1 season. And they end up going to win the championship, and then he's gone to LA. And it's got to feel, you know, almost like a full circle thing, I guess, if you're a Raptors fan, if this actually goes down, because, you know, he could be coming back and, you know, I guess kind of closing the door officially on the Toronto Raptors chapter.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. It's like when his name came up in these trade talks, he had told the Clippers there was only 2 teams he would go to. You have to tell those other teams that as well, because if you want to trade from him, you're also interested in re-signing him, right? Mm-hmm. And he said it was Toronto or San Antonio, the 2 places he played previously. Yep. He has some familiarity there, obviously. Won championships at both places, so that's where he was willing to go. And so if you're the Raptors and you can get him back, even at this stage in his career, he's still better than anybody you have on your roster, right? And to your point, if it closes a chapter or allows him to be appreciated for what he did there, because to your point, he won the title for them, and then he was gone. Like, so there wasn't he wasn't there for the ring ceremony the next year, like none of that.
Right.
So again, if you could bring that back, and if he's willing to go back to that environment and sort of, allow that to happen, then it makes a great story. I just hope Raptor fans would want him back and appreciate him coming back, as opposed to being mad that he was only there for that 1 year. But again, he did give you a title while he was there.
Right. And the other big news this morning, Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green, he's declining his $27.7 million player option. He's going to become a free agent. And, Shams basically saying, look, this move is going to give the Warriors flexibility to pursue LeBron James in free agency, potentially Anthony Davis, form this big four in Golden State of Steph Curry, Draymond Green, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Again, I think this would be, people are calling them the Olden State Warriors if this goes through. I mean, just as far as like, if this was to go down and LeBron goes to become a Warrior, reunites with Anthony Davis there, just on a basketball court, like, can this work? I mean, again, these guys are way up there in their careers. I know they're some of the legends of the sport, but can it work there?
Absolutely. Yes, they are old by comparison to the average age player in the NBA, but they're still playing at a high level. All of them, except for Anthony Davis, who just can't stay healthy for 82 games. But they're all still playing at a high level with a high IQ, so they can still get it done. It would remind me similar to the 2004 Lakers, when they brought in Gary Payton and Karl Malone to add to Shaq and Kobe. Well, that team went to the NBA Finals. They lost in 5 games to the Pistons, but that team went to the NBA Finals with 2 guys who are old by those standards. So it could absolutely work. And if I'm LeBron, I'm absolutely doing it. I'm absolutely doing it, because I don't think I can get it done in LA with this current team with Austin Reeves and Luka. I don't think they can do it. But you put him with Steph, and if Anthony Davis can come and Draymond, Jimmy Butler's on that team last time I heard. They can totally do that.
Oh man.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, John Roser here. DeAndre Ayton has opted into his contract now with the Lakers, his $8 million. So let's say it does happen, and the Olden State Warriors does happen, and now the Lakers they still can create up to $51 million in cap space before they re-sign Austin Reeves. Where do you go if you're the Lakers? If LeBron does decide, hey, I'm going to go to Golden State now and I'm going to try to team up with these guys, like, what do you do next to build around Luka?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, so you have the money, hypothetically, to make it happen, but who out there from a free agency standpoint, or even some kind of trade, would be the right mix? The problem with the trade is, what do they have to give up that somebody would want in terms of a player that can make some type of impact right now? Plus all the draft picks. They lost so much draft capital in the Luka trade, right? So they just, I don't think they have enough assets to go get something that they really want to help them in the immediacy that's not LeBron James, quite honestly. But if there was a way that maybe you could do like a multi-team trade, I'd try to go get Jaylen Brown. If the Celtics keep shopping him and they're willing to do it, can I go get Jaylen Brown? Well, you probably don't have, again, much capital, so you have to use some other team to get that done. But you need another dynamic scorer to play alongside Luka, and then you can fill in some other pieces with hopefully some guys that can play a little defense, because we know Luka's not going to. But if you're going to go big, you're going to have some help for some other teams.
Do you think the Celtics will regret trading Jaylen Brown?
Yes, absolutely. I really do. And look, I understand trying to get Giannis. I really do. And because, we had Richard Jefferson on SportsCenter the other night that thing went down, and he was making the point. If Giannis is a top 5 player, would you give up a top 10 player to get him? Every team would. It makes sense. But for Jaylen, I think a lot of us are putting words in his mouth. But from a human nature standpoint, how can he not feel a little, if not disrespected, at least underappreciated, right? I mean, he was the one that was playing at MVP level last year. He was the one that had them the number 1 seed in the East last year. Jason Tatum missed most of the year. And then Tatum comes back from injury, but the guy that's getting shopped is Jaylen Brown, not Jason Tatum. I'm not saying that's how he feels, but it would be understandable if he did feel that way. But to your first question, Jaylen is so dynamic as a player. And I just think it's hard to find players of that combination in the league. And when you have it, why are you giving it up so easily? It feels as if they're giving it up easily from the outside looking in. And that, I think, if they do end up moving him, I do think they'll regret it because I don't know what you can get in return.
Michael, I want to ask you this before we get you out of here. It's a Grizzlies question. It's not a Ja Morant question, actually.
Shocking.
Okay, so
wait, you guys have other players on the team besides Ja Morant?
Believe it or not,
yes. Breaking news.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you this because I'm not sure if we ever have before. So the mayor of Memphis, Paul Young, he conducted a sit-down interview with former mayor Willie Harrington to discuss Mayor Harrington's integral role in bringing the Grizzlies to Memphis. I know you were doing TV news here in Memphis early in the Grizzlies' tenure. Were you here when the team first got here back in 01?
Yes.
Okay.
I was there for that, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to get your perspective on what that time was like when you were here. I remember it very fondly. I was a kid, but I remember it very fondly. I remember the NBA Now signs in everybody's yard. What was that time like when they first got to town?
Well, like, anytime there's a rumor going around, like, you're a little hesitant to, like, kind of put any weight behind it because it is such a rumor. But I felt like it went from a rumor to a reality in a very short period of time. And there was some debate going back and forth on whether Memphis could support an NBA franchise, but also what it would mean to the community itself. If you go back and look at it, a lot of the things they said it would add probably didn't add it necessarily. But I think it was a huge deal for Memphis to get it, just because it gave the city a little more national recognition, obviously. And for, one of the reasons they got it, because, FedEx was having a hard time maintaining employees because they'd want to go somewhere else because there wasn't anything to do for young professionals in Memphis on a consistent basis. And that's why they wanted to go out and spend the money to make it, something, a place where young people would want to start their career and stay long term. And so that was supposed to be the benefit for the local community. But it just happened so fast. And in a lot of regards, it didn't make sense. It really didn't. Like, at the time, like, why would a team from Vancouver come to Memphis? It just didn't make sense at the time. Now, granted, the people love basketball there, don't get me wrong, but so many other cities that didn't have a team at the time. And why wasn't it Nashville? Why was it Memphis, right? But now, I'm glad that the team came there. It was a big deal in my career because I started doing sidelines for them. And then next thing you know, I get the job in LA. So me personally, it helped. And I like the fact that for the city itself, they got basketball. And I still say to this day, when I watch games, Memphis has probably the most diverse crowd of any NBA team. When you look at the people who show up to the games, like, you have that diverse mix of people, and you get that in Memphis. You don't get that in a lot of other cities.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully they will be here for years and years to come. Hope them to get some good news this summer on that front. Mike Leaves, we appreciate you joining us every week. As always, have a great day, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right. Appreciate it. That is Michael Eaves, host of Sports Center. Appreciate him joining us every single week here on the show. John Roser, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back.
I love breaks.
The Grizzlies Summer League schedule has dropped. We have Summer Grizz in full effect starting this week. I want to get your thoughts on that schedule. We had some sad news this morning related to former Tennessee Titans great I want to get to. And then I also want to talk about this. We've talked a little about LeBron. I want to talk about this funny story that came out this weekend from Brian Windhorst about his first trip to Memphis as a member of the Miami Heat. We'll do all of that on the other side. You're listening to the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
This Photoshop job of the College Football 27 cover for this year is atrocious. Like, who made this? It's so bad.
This is the deluxe edition. So you have to pay extra to get Kurt Signetti on.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're paying extra to get Kurt Signetti?
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, on evenings, and even on Saturdays. So the next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. You can just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now, we've got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Summer Grizz. The Summer Grizz are back in action this Saturday, July 4th. 4th of July game. How about that?
Yeah, I'll be working it.
Taking on the dreaded Oklahoma. Thank you. I'll be out of town.
Yeah, you're gone.
Sorry, everyone.
When do you leave?
I leave on July 3rd. Yeah.
And then when do you come back?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I'm coming back the 10th, maybe.
Oh, wow. So you're like gone.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm out of here, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to Baltimore.
Okay.
We're going to Baltimore. We're also going to take the train over to Washington, D.C. I've never been to D.C., which is like sad because I was a history major. Like it feels I should have gone to D.C. by now.
Cool.
It is the celebration, the 250th. It's gonna. I'm a little worried about the crowds. It's gonna be a big week in Washington D.C.
Secret Service everywhere. Yeah.
But we're. I don't think we're gonna do that on 4th of July though. So we'll probably go the next week.
But a buddy of mine, first of all, a buddy of mine. This is totally. It's kind of related. Buddy of mine. His wife's birthday is today. But anyway. We were over at their house this weekend having a little birthday party, and his dad was there.
Okay.
His dad is a former Secret Service member.
Oh, did he spill the beans?
Oh, yeah.
He did.
I mean, he told me a couple stories, yeah.
What?
Nothing I can say on the air, but like.
Can you say the presidency? Which president it was?
Bush.
Okay.
Not
Junior.
W. Senior.
Oh, senior. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So nothing you can disclose.
No, nothing I'm going to disclose. I'll tell you off the air.
Anything interesting?
It's all celebrity stuff.
Oh, nice.
It's celebrity stuff. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. One of them's fine. One of them was like he met Shirley Temple, and he was like wowed by meeting Shirley Temple, and he was in Africa.
Shirley Temple, the child star.
Yeah.
How about that?
Met Shirley Temple in Africa. Yeah.
I used to watch some of the Shirley Temple movies as a kid.
And the other one has to do with very famous person.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'll be interested to hear that story.
It's always cool to talk to like somebody that was like Secret Service, CIA, and they're just like retired, and they're like, they'll tell you some stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the schedule. The Utah Summer League is as followed. July 4th, they're taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder, which that's going to be who did the Thunder draft this year? That's going to be
Mara and Bennett Sturts.
That's right. Yeah. So
dude, if Bennett Sturts, because that was the pick. We had 16. We traded back to 17. OKC came up to 16 and took Bennett Sturts. And then we traded 17 for 21 to Detroit and took Kareem Lopez.
So it's a semi-revenge factor for Bennett Sturts, is what you're telling me.
I'm ready for Grizz social media overreaction if Bennett Sturts lights us
Goes
up.
off, yeah.
If Bennett Sturts, if Bennett Sturts lights us up.
No, that'd be a fun one to kick it off, though. That's going to be good. So you got a couple high-level rookies in that one. They're taking on the Jazz on July 6th, then the Atlanta Hawks on July 7th. So the 6th, you could, in theory, get a Darren Peterson-Cam Boozer matchup.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, right off the first week. And then when they go to Vegas, July 10th, taking on the Chicago Bulls. July 13th, taking on the Dallas Mavericks. The 14th, taking on the Golden State Warriors. And the 16th, taking on the Atlanta Hawks again. Again, you can watch all of these on the Grind City Media app. Make sure you download it. We're going to be having pregame, halftime shows with all the big crew throughout the Summer League. So make sure you're watching it with us and hopping in the chat and talking to us during these summer games. I think I know what your answer is going to be, but, going into Summer League, give me, since I know what your answer is going to be give me two things you're looking forward to the most going into Grizz Summer League.
Two things I'm looking forward to the most.
Yes.
Cam Boozer, obviously.
That's why I said that. Yeah.
And I'm interested. Honestly, number one would honestly be right now who all is on the roster.
Yeah,
Is Ced going to be on the roster? Is he going to play?
I've been refreshing, waiting for the line. Because I think last year, I went back and looked. I'm pretty sure last year the Grizzlies dropped their roster. I mean, it was almost like a day or two before they started the first game. So I'd be shocked if it came out today what the roster is going to be. I would think it might be a little later in the week, but I'm with you. That is what I'm the most excited. Because again, not only is Ced going to even be a part of the Summer League roster? I mean, he technically, first team all rookie, if he's not, I wouldn't be surprised, right? But it'd be something you'd like to see, sure. Because we know what it did for Desmond Bane going into his second NBA season. I mean, that leap came after that Summer League. Desmond Bane,
and I want to see if Ced plays in it, taking it serious too. You want to see him take it serious. I would say, Desmond Bane year 2 was fantastic. I will also, Santi Aldama's second Summer League,
that's right.
He was cooking people his second Summer League. He was awesome.
Yeah.
So you want to see him take it serious, and I'd like to see Ced play, and then you depend on who knows how much him or Cam will play. You don't know how much they will play if they do.
Right.
Cam will play, but you don't know how much. You would imagine back-to-backs he's not going to play because they'll do that with a lot of guys. But, so if Ced plays, how much does he play?
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. And for me, too, what does the guard rotation look like coming into this? We know how many guards they have on this roster right now. Is Javon Small going to be a part of Summer League? You would think so.
Right.
So he's a guy I'm really high on coming into this season.
So here's something I would say. I thought about this with Ced. If Ced doesn't play Summer League, I would say don't be shocked, though. Because this would be my only reasoning. He was first team all rookie.
That's what I just said. Yeah. It's one of those things. You see this a lot around the league.
But who were the other guys on the first team all rookie team? Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, Con Knipple, VJ Edgecombe.
And none of those guys.
Guys are going to play Summer League. Yeah.
Right.
So
right. Yeah, you wonder if it's just you leave him off just because he's in the same. He was in the same tier as those guys. Evidence being making first team all rookie. I get that. So anyway, Summer League coming up. The first game is going to be on July 4th, taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Again, watch all the games with us on the Grind City Media app.
Number 2.
Man, sad news this morning. This just broke my heart, man. So I knew that there was going to be an announcement. You'd seen rumors that Chris Johnson, former Titans running back, one of the greatest running backs to ever play for the Titans, one of the greatest players to ever play for the Titans, frankly. One of the most exciting players to ever come through that franchise. He's one of my all-time favorite players. Just the CJ2K era when he had that 2,000-yard season, that dude was awesome. And he went on Good Morning America this morning with Michael Strahan, and I think we had an idea it wasn't going to be good news. There had been some rumors circulating, but he was diagnosed with ALS, and it's just, man, if you've seen the video, and I didn't want to show it, right, but it's just shocking. When you see him,
is, man.
It is. It's just, it was so, because a lot of, and I know you were close to someone who was diagnosed with that disease. It's a terrible disease, but it affects people in different ways, and it affects some people way faster than others.
Yes.
Clearly, in this case, it has affected him pretty quickly.
Yeah.
His
speech is.
Yeah, I mean, he's nonverbal. At least he wasn't on the show. He was using I guess like an eye recognition technology to be able to convey his thoughts to Michael Strahan in the interview. But it's just, I mean, I saw people saying that they saw him, at maybe a Titans event with his family like a couple months ago, and he was totally normal.
Yeah.
And now he's just like,
it's a rapid,
really bad health, from this awful disease.
It's a rapid decline. Yeah, I was watching it. I started to see the news of this kind of like trickle out last night, that it was like some Titans people. It was like ended up on my For You page because I guess I clicked on something about a Good Morning America NFL player interview, and the comments under it were like, hey, this is like a Titans player, and then the news started to trickle out. But then I'm watching, I think I was just watching ESPN this morning, and they started airing it, some of the interview, because ABC, ESPN, and I see Chris Johnson sitting in that thing, and he has like that computer in front of him, and I'm like just kind of walking around the house, and I hear his voice. I'm like, well, he's talking, he sounds good. And then when I went and looked at the TV screen, and I see, and his mouth isn't moving, and they're literally showing you how he is. Right. He has to kind of like point at a computer or move to verbalize, and it's incredibly sad. Yeah. And I've seen it up close before, this disease, with a family member of mine, and it's horrible. So I mean, it's sad.
It is. I was talking to Jacob, and he was saying that it appears that the Titans might be trying to do something to get the jersey retired. He's obviously one of the greatest players to ever come through that franchise. And man, just the reason that I think so many people became a fan of this guy is he was obviously an exciting player to watch, but like for a running back, he was a small guy.
Oh, yeah.
A very small guy for a running back. But, dude, that's what I loved about him is he might have been small, but that dude, like, delivered punishment. Like, he sought out. He obviously, ran away from everybody. But when he did take it up the middle, like, he would take the contact, and he would deliver some contact. I think that's what, like, I respected about him so much is being this little guy, this extremely flashy, exciting player. Like, he wasn't afraid to mix it up a little bit, too. And I think that's why he gained so much respect from Titans fans over the year, was just, the way he played. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that game. Like everybody in the Liberty Bowl, the people that were there, like, who the hell is this guy?
Oh, this guy for East Carolina?
Dude, he had 20 carries, 301 yards rushing, and 4 touchdowns against the Tigers at the Liberty Bowl his last season at East Carolina. East Carolina beat the Tigers 56-40. Yeah, I remember that going, who is this guy? Yeah, and I mean, he was really good the year before, too. He had a really good game against the Tigers, but that senior year at East Carolina, he was unbelievable. He rushed for he was 18 yards away from having 3,000 yards rushing.
Yeah.
His last season.
And he kind of carried on that, like, Titans the legacy of, like, good running backs for the Titans. Like, started with Eddie George, and him and Lindell. What were they called, Jacob? Smash and Dash, or so? What was it again? Smash and Dash, he was just an exciting player. It was super sad to see.
There's also, dude, he had, 2007, they played, what was this bowl game? It was the Hawaii Bowl. They played Boise State in the Hawaii Bowl, and obviously Boise State, Boise State's a great program. He had 223 yards rushing in that bowl game. 223 yards rushing and a rushing touchdown. 3 catches for 32 yards and a receiving touchdown in that game. So he had over 250 total yards. Oh, okay. No, there's more than this. He had 223 rushing yards. Let's do math right here, Bennett. Let's do some math on this. All right. He had 223 plus 32 plus 153 return yards. He had 408 yards from scrimmage in that game and 2 touchdowns. And the bowl win over Boise State.
Insane.
Insane, man.
I'm trying to see
player.
like running backs that had. I mean, dude, it's just
also that Memphis game that he had 301 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. He also had 95 return yards. He had 4 returns for 95 yards, averaged 24 yards a return. Mad.
Like, dude, just the names that he's that he's listed with in NFL running backs that have rushed for 2,000 yards or more in a single season. I mean, okay, Chris Johnson, it's Eric Dickerson, Barry Sanders, Adrian Peterson, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Terrell Davis, O.J. Simpson.
It's a Hall of Famer list. It's a Hall of Famer list. Ricky Williams didn't get there, did he?
I don't think Ricky Williams
had that 1 year with the Dolphins where he got close. I think Ricky Williams got close 1 year with the Dolphins. We had Chris Johnson in studio like a couple of years ago. He was
forgot about that.
He was in town with Adam Pac-Man Jones. They were doing something at Hope Church out in Cordova. They were doing something out there for with kids. I don't remember. And they had food trucks and just games and all kinds of things. And they were in town doing something like that, some charity work with kids. But we had him in studio, both of them in studio. I mean, they were great. And Chris Johnson was great to talk to. He's super cool. And it stinks.
Yeah, it really does. And hopefully the Titans can get something done to honor one of the greatest players to ever come through the franchise. And again, like thoughts with his family. It was a sad thing to see this morning for one of the most exciting players to ever come through the league.
Number 3.
Okay, this LeBron James story I wanted to get to. Before that, like I didn't get a chance to talk to you a lot about it before we got to Mike Leaves. But, the reporting this morning from Shams Charania that his sources are telling him that Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green, he's declining his $27.7 million player option to become a free agent. And this move gives the Warriors flexibility to pursue LeBron James in free agency and Anthony Davis via trade to form a big four. Again, this is reporting from Shams. He would not throw that line in there if this was not a real thing that's a real possibility. The opt-out, it comes days after the Warriors said they expect Draymond Green to pick up the $27.7 million option. Instead, he delivers Golden State time and space to pursue Anthony Davis with the Wizards and convince LeBron James to join Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and his old Lakers championship teammate in the Bay. I heard Jess and CJ talking about it this morning. Kind of awkward because like LeBron did sign off on the Lakers moving AD for Luka. Yeah. So little awkward, but I guess, hey, maybe that's in the past.
Yeah. They've got the same agent, I guess. They did because Anthony Davis has a Punk'd show. It's like, has a show just like Punk'd. Have you seen that?
It, yeah.
LeBron was on there with them, and they punked Draymond Green. So, I guess they're all still cool or whatever. There are some stories that AD was kind of fed up with the Lakers situation. Just probably tired of the BS of Hollywood and being around it. It's like, God, there's always just freaking news and rumors around this team. Right. This is so annoying. Yeah, just get me out of here. I'm cool with going to Dallas.
Okay, so here's the thing. I agree with Michael that I think that it could work because those are obviously all Hall of Fame players. I know they're older, but you're putting 4 Hall of Famers on a team, right? That's
can they make it through 4 rounds of the playoffs?
And how does the regular season work?
How does the regular season work? We talked about this on Friday. We're like, are you gonna have to the Warriors if they do some of this stuff? If you just have to bandage them, only 2 of them play at a time?
Yeah. Okay, so you draft Yaxel. You've got some.
They are going to hate him.
You got some young guys there. I think that clearly load management, that's going to be a thing with this team if this goes down. It just is. I mean, these are guys that have a ton of mileage on their legs. We know the injury history with Anthony Davis. There's no way you're going to get all 4 of those guys playing in a game together, a ton of times in the regular season. You know what I mean? It's just there's just no way. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out and how far they can go in the standings if they're going to be in the postseason. Are they, obviously top 6 is super important. I think even more important for a team like that with a bunch of veterans. Can you get a top 6 seed though with guys resting throughout the regular season? Are they going to be able to achieve that? I don't know. I think that's definitely up for debate.
No, it absolutely is. Like they're gonna have, like if this all does happen with them, like we all look at it, like you just said, we look at it and we go, I get it. Like I get it.
For sure.
But man, now you got to get through 82 games and then you got to try to get through the playoffs.
Right.
Because it really is championship or bust. Like the Gary Payton, Karl Malone thing, like it's a failure for the Lakers. They got to the finals, but they got rocked by the Pistons. And the only reason they got to the finals is because Derek Fisher's ass saved them on the .4 shot in that West Finals against the Spurs. But, like, that's looked on. The Gary Payton stuff is looked on as a failure. The Gary Payton, Karl Malone thing is looked on as a failure for the Lakers because they didn't win the championship. So, if you're the Warriors, you got to win the championship, which I understand it's coming to the end of Steph and LeBron's coming to the end. Might as well try to win it together.
So this leads me to this story that Brian Windhorst was on a podcast, and he was talking about LeBron when he first joined the Miami Heat and everything that came with that. Yeah. And he talked about LeBron's first game in Memphis as a member of the Miami Heat. And he said, this is the quote, "That was one of the things that stunned LeBron so much. I can still remember his second or third week, his first year in Miami. The team went to Memphis. They got booed mercilessly in Memphis. LeBron, after the game, was like, why am I getting booed in Memphis? What did I ever say or do to Memphis?" And he was coming to the realization that casuals and neutrals were against him, end quote. That, of course, is the famous Rudy Gay game winner over LeBron James. Dare I say, just as far as regular season games go, I would for sure put that in my top 5 all-time Grizzlies regular season games.
So the Grizzlies, I remember this. The Grizzlies going into that game had lost 5 in a row. We had lost to the Mavericks, the Celtics, the Magic, the Blazers, and we were coming off and lost the night before at Washington, where we lost by 3. We had shoot-around that morning. O.J. Mayo and Zach Randolph were both late for shoot-around. So Lionel suspended them. Keep in mind, we have lost 5 games in a row and 8 of our last 10 overall. So we're 2-8, lost 5 in a row, 2-8 in our last 10. And then O.J. and Zach are late for shoot-around that morning. And Lionel Hollins says, fine, neither one of you guys are starting. And it's like, oh, and now we got the LeBron Heatles coming in here? All right, this is going to be rough.
This will be fun.
And that Rudy Gay shot, I mean, it gave a little bit of life. The Grizzlies went on. That started a 3-game win streak right there.
And you got to think, too, like this, we've had LeBron in the West now for a minute. So, like, we've seen LeBron multiple times a year. We even saw him in the playoffs. Like, this was East LeBron. You only got LeBron here once a year. It was a huge deal. And, of course, the Miami Heat thing is just – it was a massive game. Yeah. Even though the Grizzlies were on a losing streak, it was still a huge game.
Yes.
Just because it's the Heat coming to town. Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
I was on sports. Well, I'm on
you and Parker Fleming are in there, aren't they?
You can see me. You can see me in the background behind Rudy, jumping up and down whenever he hits the game winner.
That's such a good shot. That was Rudy's shot. Rudy loved to get to that baseline because he had another one. I think a baseline. Didn't he do one against the Warriors? He hit like a baseline game winner against the Warriors too.
Yeah.
He liked to get to that. He liked to get to that spot. You said LeBron said that's when I knew that who was against me, casuals.
Well, Windhorst said it was him coming to the realization that the casuals and neutrals were against him.
They weren't just what it should have been is that is how wildly unpopular the decision was.
Yes.
Is how it was taken back then. If LeBron did that now, it would not be viewed that way. That is actually something LeBron did that was really did change the game and change the player movement era and everything. Like if a player set up a free agency signing thing at the Boys and Girls Club now, it would not be viewed the way that LeBron's was. Because how it was viewed is, bro, you just went on national television and crapped on an entire city.
Right.
Like you did.
Yeah, he just had a blind spot there.
That's what you did, and he had a blind spot there. It would not be viewed the same now.
It is interesting, though. Of course, we had a couple months back, the whole LeBron thing and him crapping on Memphis. And it's just, when I heard this story, I was like, Oh, he's got a little bit of resentment built up.
He's got a little bit of resentment to
Maybe that's where
Memphis.
that came from.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where that came from.
He got booed here. He's like, damn, Kobe never got booed there. Kobe never
rolled out the
got
red carpet.
booed here.
Never.
Man.
Never. He never got booed here.
I mean, Grizzlies fans would boo him, but, like, there were always so many damn Lakers fans in the crowd that, like, Kobe was...
For sure.
And even when, like, Kobe, like, it was always a respect factor with Kobe, too. Because he would go score 45 against you.
Yes. No, and I think too, like it just all goes into like the Heatles and like you're going on this world tour, like you just think it's going to be fanfare, right?
Oh, not 1, not 2, not 4, not 5, not 6. Like, yeah, man.
So
they were so cocky.
Yes, they were.
People love it when they got humbled. They only won 2 times. The Heatles era, disappointment. One of the most disappointing eras in basketball.
Glad you said this.
Like what everybody thought that was going to be. And then, like, they just wilted against the Mavericks.
Yes.
Then they won against the freaking Thunder team. Everybody goes, man, they beat KD, Westbrook, and Harden when they were, like, 23 years old.
Yeah.
They were super young. And then the Spurs one was impressive. But Ray Allen hit the Game 6 shot, and then Game 7 was a close one, too. Came down to the final minute, and they won Game 7. That was impressive. And then they got absolutely waxed the next year so much that it broke LeBron and he left.
Yep. Yeah.
The Heatles era is definitely.
They should have at least gotten one more. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Not as disappointing as the Kobe, Steve Nash, Powell, Dwight Howard Lakers team, but, you know, the Heatles was pretty disappointing era. Only lasted 4 years.
Okay, wait a second. Was that one the Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, Kobe team? Was that looked at in the same kind of vein as the Heat was looked at as this is unfair? The
Heat was. So the comparison would be more successful in your eyes, the Heatles or the KD Warriors run. They both won 2 titles. And I think they both lasted 4 years. Maybe was KD's 4 years? The difference is KD would have won 3, and they got hurt. He got hurt. He tore his Achilles.
Too, it looks better in the Warriors because it was back to back, and so it's, you know what I mean. Like they did the back-to-back rings.
They did win back-to-back. Well, I mean, the Heat won back-to-back.
Did they win back-to-back?
Yeah, they lost to Dallas, then beat OKC, beat Spurs, lost to Spurs.
Okay, I mean, it is extremely similar.
How long?
But for some reason, that Heat one just felt so much more unfair, in my opinion, than the Warriors did. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Well, so KD only played 3 years, and they won 2, and they went to the finals all 3 years. The Heat went to the finals all 4 years that LeBron was there. The thing is that KD, they do win. I think they do win 3. They do win all 3.
If he doesn't tear the Achilles.
If he doesn't tear the Achilles, I think they win all 3.
We'll never know. But it does look like that maybe the band could potentially be getting, I don't know. Maybe another super team is on the horizon, and we'll see what happens with this LeBron and Anthony Davis situation with the Warriors.
Yep. Number 4.
We did have a trade today. The Charlotte, or was it this morning, or you might have been, yes, it was yesterday. The Charlotte Hornets are trading Miles Bridges, a 2029 first-round pick, and a 2027 second-round pick to the Phoenix Suns for Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and a 2033 first-round pick. This reporting from ESPN. I mean, I think it's a good move for. I mean, Miles Bridges is a good player. Like, you could think, like, you could say what you want about him, and obviously he is a problematic dude. There is no doubt about that. But as far as, like, just on the court, it's a good player. I mean,
Miles Bridges is a good player. Look, this is the Suns realizing they get to the playoffs, and it's like Devin Booker's like our only guy who can really actually score the ball, who's a real scorer. So we need to get somebody else who's got a little more offensive punch.
It is,
they're bringing Colin Gillespie back.
Yeah.
Like the Suns are like this is a move to be a better team next year.
Yeah. From the Hornets' perspective, it's just kind of wild that they are, pivoting. I think they're still expected to be good. They're this up-and-coming team, but, like, you just traded away 2 guys that were a pretty big part of what you did last year with your success in LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges. But I'm not – I think in the East, like, in the way that they're set up, I think this is a savvy move by the Hornets. I think that team is going to keep ascending, and now they've kind of set themselves up for like, okay, we've got assets now. Like, if we think we're like getting close to that, level of the Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, like maybe we can cash in soon, and try to make a splash.
Yeah, for sure. Like I look, the Suns are trying to get better, and if you're a fan of an NBA team, what you want your team to do is to try to get better, and the Suns are trying to get better.
Yeah.
I'd be happy if I'm a Suns fan.
I think I would too, I guess.
I'd be happy because they came out of nowhere last year. They were genuinely one of the big surprises in the league last year, and they were a fun team. And look, they're trying to take a step to get even better.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 5.
Okay, World Cup continues. Today we are in the knockout stages of the round of 32.
Let's go.
We got 3 good ones today. Brazil, Japan coming up at noon on Fox. Brazil.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Also, shout out Canada.
All right, so
shout out Canada. They get the win. They move on yesterday over South Africa. But you get Brazil, Japan today. You get Germany and Paraguay at 3:30 on Fox. And then the nightcap, this one's awesome. Netherlands, Morocco, 8 o'clock on Fox. So these are all back-to-back, which is pretty cool.
Japan, though, one of their players has said that they are confident. They are ready to go. Where is it? And I think they beat them. Japan beat them like within the last year in a friendly. And then there's been some there's been a little trash talk. And the manager at Brazil said, we are not going to concern ourselves with that.
Ooh.
But Japan's talked a little, one of the Japanese players talked a little sauce. Sauce there. So we've got, and Japan's good.
Yeah,
Japan's good. Man, they are little, but they are fast as hell. Netherlands and Morocco is a great win tonight.
I've latched on to the Netherlands. They're my dark horse.
The Dutch. I like the Dutch.
I love the Dutch.
I always loved
I've been in the Netherlands.
Arjen Robben.
Memphis Depay.
Yeah, Memphis Depay. Virgil van Dijk, one of the great players in soccer. He's a defender, but he's one of the great players in soccer.
Who's the good player for Germany? They don't have Sebastian Schweinsteiger anymore, do they?
Sebastian Schweinsteiger?
Yeah, they don't have
no, they have Kai Havertz is their striker, and then this other guy, Undav, who I think comes off the bench for them. They have Florian Wirtz. You have to say the names with the German accent.
I love it.
Yeah. Schlotterbeck. Nico Schlotterbeck.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
So World Cup continues today. We play Wednesday. Is that correct? U.S. and Wednesday at 7 o'clock on Fox. U.S. taking on Bosnia Herzegovina from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. U.S. minus 260. By the way,
tomorrow is loaded too.
Tomorrow's loaded.
Ivory Coast and Norway at noon tomorrow. That's a good one right off the bat. Dude, that Ivory Coast team's good. They're solid. I watched them play Germany. They had Germany on the ropes, man.
I saw that Erling Haaland is questionable.
Not Braut Haaland
for that one. Why do I say Haaland because it's spelled like it's drug out.
Yeah, right. It's Holland.
Holland.
But the jersey says Braut Haaland. Have you seen that jersey? Yeah, his name is Erling Braut Haaland. His jersey says Braut Haaland, but most people just say Erling Haaland.
Then you got France, Sweden at 4, and Mexico, Ecuador at 8. That's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm loving the World Cup, man. Last night's game was fun, so it's going to be fun to dive in today once we get done. Oh, that was it. Okay, when we come back, we're going to do carryout. I want to tell you about something cool we did this weekend. I got my kid with me. I might actually bring him in.
I'm excited for this.
I might bring Noah in here and just let him tell you all about it.
I vaguely heard you talking to Jacob about something you did this weekend, and I was like, that sounds fun.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
I'm interested in seeing this.
Let me see if I can get him to come in here and get on the microphone. We'll be back after this. Gary Parrish Show, Grind City Media.
Get ready, Grizzlies fans. It is time for the Surfside Can Shuffle. Can you keep up with the cans and find Mac the Crab?
The
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, in the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org.
Giving you a chance to win free Sonic. That is right. Every single Monday, you get a chance to win free Sonic. You just got to hit the link pinned in the YouTube chat to enter for a Sonic gift card. Again, get in the chat, hang with us, maybe eat free Sonic too. Again, chance to win a free Sonic gift card in the chat today. Be sure to click on that. Now, let's do carry out and get out of here.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Okay, so we did a very awesome Memphis thing this weekend, me and my kiddos, and I was going to tell you guys about it, but I brought in a special guest. I'm going to let him tell you about it instead. We have with us right now Noah Doyle, son of yours truly, Bennett Doyle. There he is.
Yeah.
Look, there he is. Say hey, everybody. Wave to the camera. Yeah, okay, there he is. All right. Noah, so we went to Mud Island this weekend and did the Baron von Opperbein in the River of Time exhibit on Mud Island. Have you heard about this?
No.
Roser? Okay. I'm going to let Jacob, I have like a video that you can maybe roll while we're talking about this. Noah, tell us about the Baron von Opperbein exhibit we did this weekend. And talk loud in that microphone.
So there's like secret doors and stuff like that. It was like a space place.
Yeah, it was like sci-fi adventure kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, so this is on Mud Island right now. I had no idea about this thing, Rose, or somebody told me about it.
Yeah, this is on Mud Island?
Yes.
Yep.
It's called Baron von Opperbein.
Like where the amphitheater is?
Yes, it's it's where the Mud Island River Museum used to be. All right, so you go in where they have like the.
So you have to take the tram over?
No. You can just pull up into Mud Island, park your car, and walk right into the big building with the escalators.
Okay.
And this thing was awesome, dude. It is like this. I can't even really explain. It's like a bunch of rooms you walk through. There's trap doors and little crevices and stuff you can go in, and you can press buttons, and it's like very sci-fi kind of steampunk exhibit. And dude, if you have kids, It is awesome.
Take them.
And it looks like there's nobody there. Does people know about this?
That's what I was like.
Yes.
I think we need to get the word out. Like this is a cool Memphis thing that we did. You had a good time, right, man? Yeah.
How did you hear about it?
I think Derek told me about it.
Derek told you about it. Okay.
Yeah. I saw like a flyer or something. I was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "Oh, you got to take your kids to it." And we did. We had a blast. What, buddy? Go ahead.
I believe they're doing more of it, right?
They're adding on to it. It appears. This is phase 1.
Is it? What does it cost?
It's. I think it was like $60 for all of us. It wasn't.
Okay.
It was pretty
That's not
affordable.
bad.
Yeah, it was
that's not
good.
bad.
And then. Afterwards we walked around and did the river park, which I will say, you know how they have like the, don't do that. You know how they have like the, at Mud Island, it's like the man-made river kind of where.
Yeah.
But the water's not turned on anymore. Turn the water on.
Turn the water on.
Turn the water on, guys.
I know, like the little bitty river that goes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Turn the water on.
Turn the water on.
Turn the water on.
It does seem like that they're getting the amphitheater, that there's going to be some work put into that to maybe get that thing up and running again. So Mud Island, it's a underrated gem of downtown Memphis, and I hope that they.
That's cool.
They give it the love that it deserves, because this was very cool. Again, it's called Baron von Opperbein and the River of Time, and it's an exhibit at Mud Island right now. Take your kids, go check it out. Or if you don't have kids, just go check it out for yourself. It's still cool.
What's today's biggest game?
We talked about it. We're going to go Netherlands versus Morocco at 8 o'clock on Fox. The Dutch plus 135.
The Dutch are plus 135?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going.
Canada.
You were rooting for Canada, weren't you? Yeah, Noah picked Canada before the World Cup started. They won. They advanced.
All right.
They advanced last night.
They're in the top 16.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Dutch.
Yeah,
they're the team I've been riding with. So
I like the Dutch. I'll take the Dutch tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the Dutch tonight.
All right.
What are we watching on TV?
House of the Dragon season 3 episode 2 was last night. Are you current?
I didn't watch last night,
buddy. This season is off to a bang.
Okay.
I mean, what I've come to find out is you can't watch House of the Dragon. You're not old enough yet.
I can't.
Yeah, you can't. What are you watching right now? Do you want to give any recommendations for what to watch?
I change what I'm watching usually.
What do you think people should watch right now?
Don't know.
You don't know? You don't have anything to recommend for people to watch? No. What's your favorite thing to watch right now?
My favorite thing to watch right now?
Yeah.
Amphibia.
Yeah. We like YouTube videos of reptiles, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, reptiles, fish, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Well, you think about something to recommend to people while I'm telling
He's
them
not watching House of the Dragon.
He's not. He's not allowed to
watch House of the Dragon.
He tries to sneak in there. He tries to sneak in there with me and Mom, and we're like, dude, get out of here. You can't watch this.
Maybe in about 10 to 15 years.
I think we're going to go see Supergirl this week, though.
Yeah.
Me and you.
We are.
Yeah, we'll go see Supergirl this week. We'll let you know how that went. Okay.
I think it looks entertaining.
I think it looks pretty good,
too.
Didn't get good reviews.
No, it didn't.
We don't care about reviews.
Yeah.
Forget the critics. But yeah, last night's episode was awesome. Now, apparently this was supposed to be the finale of last season, and that's why it was so good, because it ends like the end of the episode, you're like, whoa, okay, let's go, and we still got a full season ahead. So I won't give any spoilers, but I'm loving this season so far. I think House of the Dragon is all the way back.
What's the best thing we've read?
Go read that Bobby Marks piece that I referenced on the Grizzlies free agency preview. That's over at ESPN.com. Got a bunch of good stuff about just big questions for the Grizzlies, their salary cap situation, guys with player options coming up, all the questions you might have about Grizzlies free agency. He's got it over there at ESPN.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, GP is going to be back, so I'll be in my normal role. Yeah, are you excited? GP is going to be back?
Say yeah!
He's like, no. Yeah, GP's going to be back tomorrow.
He's like, is GP going to bring me in studio? Then I might be excited.
Oh,
we might get you on.
I don't think so.
We might get you on.
Well, maybe.
Okay. All right. Hey, great to have you in here, Noah.
Yay!
Yeah, nice job. Good job. Good effort. All right. Appreciate you guys joining us. John Rosa, appreciate you joining me these past couple of days.
Happy to.
Yes, sir. We will talk to you guys tomorrow on Grind City Media.
Bye.